Hi, welcome to The Man with the Synth. I am the man, and this is the synth that I will be reviewing today. It's called Waldorf Rocket. I have a soft spot for Waldorf since Lofeld has been the first hardware synth that I ever bought. So naturally I got quite curious when I heard that this is being released. This is an entry-level synth costing 220 euros. If you compare it size-wise to other entry-level synths like this Detuned Dark Energy, it's a bit bigger. And now let's plug it in and I will do a quick preview of all the features. Okay, it's plugged in, so let's start with few words about the build quality. Top plate is metal as well as the back plate, rest is plastic, knobs are plastic and surface mounted, so they are a bit wobbly. Inputs, it has standard MIDI in and out, USB which can double as MIDI in, and this is the power plug, so the AC adapter outputs USB bulk plug. Audio out, VCF in, so you can use this as a filter box, and headphone output. Since I like Waldorf, I will start with the bad sides of this synth to leave the good sides for the end of the review. Probably the most limiting part is the envelope. It's an instant on, and the only thing you can really dial is the decay time. You can switch it to an one-shot drum-like envelope. And you can disable the release. Completely. There are two envelopes, so the other is for the VCF. But they use the same decay parameter, so this is quite limiting, really. The synth doesn't have any presets accessible via the front panel. However, it does handle dumping presets via MIDI and retrieving them from a sequencer. The phone output, again, a bad side, it's really crappy, it's noisy. If you are previewing this synth in a shop using headphones, just take this into account. The real output signal is very clean, but the phone's not exactly. And it doesn't have a volume knob aside from the phones, which makes it a bit difficult in live settings or when you want to reamp the synth. Okay, now on to the good sides. The best thing about this synth is probably the oscillator. This is a digital oscillator as far as I can tell. It has very many functions. So this is standard sawtooth. It has a glide. The glide is set up to work only on legato notes, which is good in my opinion. Now the sawtooth oscillator offers also oscillator sync sounds. If you turn this detune knob, you dial how the two oscillators are detuned, and you can do a sweep of the detune. Yeah. Now if you turn this above 12 o'clock, you get multiple sounds, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up to 8, and with this knob you dial the tune. This is a smooth detune, and above 12 o'clock we go to musical intervals detune. Now, if both knobs are turned all the way to the right, you go to a unison/paraphonic mode, so you can play it a bit polyphonically. Now, the other type of wave on offer is the pulse wave. You can change the width of the pulse, obviously, up to no existent, whereas you can use the filter as the oscillator. If you turn the knob to the right, you get pulse width modulation using an internal LFO. Now, if you turn this knob, you get a second detuned oscillator, and again you can use the interval tuned oscillators. Unfortunately, no unison here. Let's talk about the filter now. It is an analog resonant multi-mode filter with low pass, band pass, high pass modes, 0, 50 and 100% keyboard tracking, cutoff, resonance and envelope modulation parameters. This is the low pass filters. And an extra is the boost circuit. I quite like this filter. It's got very nice sounds, especially in the low frequencies, and it really does sound analog. I have already talked about the envelope section, which isn't very impressive, and now let's move to the LFO. LFO can be directed to the filter. It goes into low audio range about 50 Hz. As well as very slow sweeps. If you turn the speed completely to 0, you get random offset on the start of each note, which is a nice extra. The LFO can also be directed to the oscillator. If you turn the knob above 12 o'clock, you get interval, which is a bit nice. The free wave types are square, triangle, and sawtooth. The LFO also doubles as an ARP. You can dial in the type of the octave range, movement direction, up, down, and random. Speed. By the way, the speed of the ARP and LFO can be tempo synced if there is a clock signal coming via the MIDI. And if you turn the knob above 12 o'clock, you get rhythmic patterns, which is, I guess, interesting. Now some extra features that are available only via MIDI. There is a second LFO here, routed to the mod wheel. Where the filter cutoff frequency can be modulated via the aftertouch. And if you've got envelope modulation, it can be modulated from the velocity of the key. Of course, there's also pitch bend. So now that I have reviewed the features of it, I must say that playing with it for 2 or 3 days, I quite like the sound of it. In 2 days I will do a sound demo so you can listen to them for yourself. At this price point, the only downside of this synth is the envelope section, which is a bit too simplified for my taste, but still you can make many interesting sounds using this synth. It sounds really analog. So thank you for watching. Subscribe, rate, comment. I don't know, this is my first YouTube video, so thanks for watching. Bye.